Welcome to Just Hair Me Out, a podcast about love, life, and hair. I'm Barbara. I've spent over 38,000 hours coloring hair.
Hi, I'm Demetra, and I've spent over 1,000 weeks with scissors in my hands.
With 50 clients a week in our chairs and 22 years on our feet, doing hair is not our hobby, it's our hustle. We've navigated salon politics and then opened salon suites of our own in 2020. We choose dogs over kids, skinny marks over beer, and we've only fired 3 clients each.
Hi, welcome back to Just Hear Me Out. Today, Barbara and I want to talk about how people can't drive and what kind of piss us off. Yes, it's not related to hair, but we just want you to hear us out on it. Okay, Barbara, talk to me, girl.
All right, we believe that we know how to drive and other people don't, and so we'd like to explain to you, in case you also need to explain to other people around you who don't know how to drive, how to drive.
Right. Yes.
One thing, and this is coming up as a topic in relation to hair because I drive to work every day. And I would like to show up to work happy and peaceful. This usually does not happen. I might need Xanax and yoga. I don't know. Okay, I learned this a long time ago. It never left my brain. Listen to this. You're not supposed to hit your brakes on the highway unless absolutely necessary. I feel like people hit their brakes for no reason. If you just take your foot off the gas, you will slow. You will slow.
Yes.
And it is so dangerous. People tap their brakes. Some people hit their brakes for no reason. A curve in the highway, people will be hitting their brakes for it. Don't know why, but when you do that, for the next half hour, everyone that goes around that curve is going to have to hit their brakes. Mm-hmm. And people are almost rear-ending me all the time because I'm not expecting to have to brake because I don't brake on the highway.
Well, you want to know what pisses me off? When someone wants to turn right, but they veer to the left to make a right. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you doing that? Excuse
You
me,
don't
just
need
turn
to.
fucking right. What? I don't understand. What is your?
I agree.
Yeah. So that drives me insane.
Also, when you're in a heavily occupied area, densely populated area, and there's lots of cars, and you're at a big intersection, if you have chosen a lane and you're sitting at a red light, if you then decide, oh, I wish I was in the other lane, or maybe I should turn, or maybe I don't want to turn anymore, you are committed. You must fucking do whatever you said you would do.
Yes, you can't just sit there.
You can't put your blinker on and just hold up everyone behind you and just sit there until someone decides to let you move. You just got to go where you said you would go and then make an adjustment from there.
You know, that's so beautifully said, honestly, because
thank you.
I think we've all been there. For a split moment, you're like, I'm going to bust this Yui, but let me just hold on a minute, forgetting that the other people are behind you, or, just like Barbara said, keep it moving and then just turn around if you need be. No reason to cause traffic or an accident because you made a stupid mistake. Okay?
Yeah.
With driving. Just keep it moving.
It's an extra couple minutes out of your day, and that's what happens when you chose the wrong lane.
Right, exactly.
It is what it is. Take responsibility, people.
Own that shit. Own it.
Own it.
You want to know what bothers me? When people don't use their turning signals.
It's very
and then you
annoying.
just kind of slam on their brake to turn left or right, or it's put on your signal, or you're sitting there, right? You're at a red light and the light turns green and then they turn their signal on. After you were sitting there, you thought that person was going straight. It's man, if you gave me the heads up, I would have went in the other lane. Now I can't even get in the other lane. You know what I'm talking about, right? They're just sitting at that red light and they turn their signal on right at the last minute. Ooh, I just want to punch you in the fucking face.
Well, if you put your turn signal on while you're turning, it defeats the purpose. You're supposed to put it on before you actually do the turn so people know what your intention is. That's what it's there for.
So use your signals. How about that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people who slow down to almost a stop when they're going through the automatic tolls. If you've noticed, there's certain areas of Chicago where you can be going 90 underneath the toll thing, and it will still manage to charge you for your toll.
Oh, yeah. I
So-
thought I was going to get a speeding ticket with it because I just fly through that fucker. I just keep going.
I know, it's one of those like fuck around and find out kind of things, you know.
Oh, I love it.
I tried it. I tried it.
Me too. I tried
Nothing
it too.
came in the mail.
Nope. Other than just a charge for that toll. That's about it.
So here's what I'm saying. If you're like, because there's a toll for most of the on-ramps onto the highways. So
Right.
it just really, really, really bothers me when you're supposed to be ramping up. Maybe that's why they say it, ramp up. You're speeding
Oh.
up to get onto the highway to merge. And the person in front of you is like hitting their brakes because they think they should go like 20 miles an hour underneath the toll thing. Like, no,
Yes.
you can go 40 and then you can be at 80 by the time you reach the highway.
Yeah.
Done and done.
You know? Yeah.
Simple.
I like it. That works.
Also, where Demetra and I work, every block for like 6 blocks is practically a 4-way stop. People have forgotten how to use a 4-way stop.
Yeah. Can you school us on that? I know how it works, but clearly
You're
nobody does.
always supposed to come to a complete stop.
Complete
And like,
stop.
here's the point. Like, you look at someone's tires. If they haven't stopped, they're not really stopped yet. So,
But hold
some
on, wait
people-
a second. Hold on, this is a 4-way stop. So you got 3 other cars to look at. So if you're looking kind of right and forward, how are you being able to look at the guy to the left?
Peripheral. Anyway,
You
well,
got a
some
wide
people-
range, girl.
Here's the, oh, girl, I can see it all. I got 2
Wide
dogs and
range.
2 dogs and a husband, girl. I can see it all.
Love it.
So first of all, if whoever is the person who sees like 3 people stopped and they're like rolling up, and instead of completely stopping, they're just like, oh, I'm on the right side of whoever, and they start going, that's just wrong.
Yeah, totally wrong.
Also, I've been on the other side where I might be in the wrong, but the point is, if the other 3, it's clearly someone else's turn, but no one's going, I pretty much count to 5, and if no one else goes, I'm going. But then they like to honk at you because it wasn't your turn.
5 seconds is a long time for them to have made a decision to go.
I know. That's why I'm
So-
like, oh, and here's my other thing. Cutting in line. When it comes to, getting into a different lane, or say you need to get into a certain lane to exit the highway, right? I think it's not bad to cut if there's space.
Right. And you're using your signal.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Here's the problem. People liken it to cutting in line like at the coffee shop. It's not the same. It's not the same. Like, my point is, if my car can fit in there and it's not going to make you go any faster or slower, then it's all good.
Just let people keep it moving. Like, what's it to you?
Keep it moving.
Why do you get mad? I was getting off the ramp the other day, and it was like bumper to bumper, when I was like getting off. But I was kind of moving, and I was ahead of the woman, and I'm getting ready to merge, and she just like she wouldn't let me in. I'm like, it's called merging. Like, she had like such an attitude. She didn't want to let me in so bad. And I'm thinking, like, I'm getting off the expressway.
Yeah.
It was like really annoying. I don't know. People that do that and just have like a bad attitude, like, I'm not letting you in type of shit. I can't stand when people do that. But like Barbara said, if I fit, or you just back off for a minute, let that person in. That's what
Yeah.
causes more traffic. That's
Yeah.
what merging is. Let someone merge in. Let's
Yeah.
keep it moving, people. Come on.
When I was really young, I used to be like, I don't know, it's immaturity, but like I'd want to be in front or want to be first. At this point,
Okay.
I really don't care. The only thing that makes me mad is if you merge in front of me or I let you in or whatever, and then you go slower than you're supposed to.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
as long as everybody's going nice and fast, I don't care.
Yeah, me either. But why would
Yeah.
you get in front of me to go slow? You knew the pace I was going. Why are you going to slow me down now?
Also, I would like police to start giving people tickets for staying in the left lane on the highway and going under the speed limit.
I agree.
That's wrong. And it's
It-
messing up traffic.
Yeah, and it's always that one person. I know we said this before in another podcast, but it's always that one person that caused traffic. I take the expressway home every single day.
Me too.
Every day. It's that one person that I'm like, are you kidding me? This is why we're doing 20 miles an hour? And then I zoom, and I get past, and I'm like, there's no other cars in front of me. Before I know it, I'm home. And I'm like, why are you even in the left lane? Why are you pacing with the guy in the middle? It's like they're doing it on purpose. They're like, let's just hold up traffic. And I know them. They're probably listening to this podcast right now thinking like, ooh, are we getting you mad? Tickle, tickle. But you know what? You guys are going to get a ticket. Watch eventually. Or a fucking brick through your window eventually.
One of the two.
One or the other.
Also, if you live in the Chicago area, if you are in the suburbs, any suburb, yellow means either hurry up or slow and stop. Okay, and there's a point to this. When people slam on their brakes because it just turns yellow just like that, you're going to cause accidents. Like if you're going too fast to stop in a decent way, go through it. Mm-hmm. Here's my point. I think people, if you're in the city of Chicago, there are so many lights, and this is Chicago's fault, where the yellow is much shorter than it should be in order to give people tickets.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why everyone's been slamming on their brakes because we have those red light cameras, and the yellow is so short. It's not like a suburb yellow where it's like 5 seconds. This is like it turns yellow and it's red. And, I mean, it's like immediately. So that's why people are slamming on their brakes. And because of all the red light, people are like, I don't want to get a ticket, a moving violation. Yeah. But it's causing accidents. I see it all the time.
But we need to make awareness. In the suburbs, yellow is different. Like, it's actually wrong how the city does it. They're trying to get money. In the suburbs,
just keep it moving, man. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're good. But in Chicago, I can see.
But everyone knows in the suburbs. Like, I mean, the people that live in the suburbs know. And so it's like, if it just turns yellow, I can't imagine why you wouldn't just go through it. And you're slamming on your brakes like you're about to get a ticket. Anyway. Okay. Also, there are signs around that are like big and yellow, and they have a stop sign in them. And it says, basically, if there's a person walking on this crosswalk, that you have to stop. Have you seen those? It's not a real stop sign, but it's like...
I don't think I know what you're talking about. There's a crosswalk right over here by my house because people are biking and walking all the time, like you have to stop, and it flashes. But I don't know if I've ever seen the one with the yellow and that red in it. Now, I'm going to pay attention tomorrow, and I'm going to look and see. But it has like flashers.
This doesn't flash. It's by where we work. And some people think it's an actual stop sign. So there can be like nobody on the street even, and they will stop at it like it's a stop sign. It's very upsetting.
I know. I guess it's better to stop, though, than to hit a biker, because the bikers come out of nowhere. That's the thing. Like, you can't see it. Like, where I'm at, it's a very woodsy area, so you can't see when they're coming. And I see people all the time, like, slamming on their brakes, because most of the people are smart enough to, like, wait to see if the cars are going to stop, and then you can see the person. But a lot of people, they just keep it moving because they're like, I got the right of way. Well, guess what? Your right of way is to get your ass right into a damn hospital seat, too, because some people aren't paying attention like that. That's all I'm saying.
I don't trust crosswalks. Like,
I don't either. I stop as a pedestrian. I stop.
Me too. Because I have one pair of legs, and that's all I get. I don't trust people not to ruin my body.
Good point. Also, we're already doing it for ourselves.
What's with honking after the fact? Like, I understand, like, there's, like, the quick tap versus, like, the angry tap. Like, the quick tap, like, it's been green longer than you should know. Like, maybe you're looking at your phone. But the quick tap is not aggressive. The long tap is a little bit rude. But if you honk after the fact, you're just being over-emotional. Okay?
Okay. I think maybe they're using it as, like, a punching bag because they have road rage. And they were just like, ugh, That's what I'm going to say that was for. They have anger issues.
It's noise pollution. Like, let it go.
Oh, yes. Noise pollution. I like that.
People.
What's annoying to me? When you do the friendly tap because someone's looking at their phone and it was already green for 3 seconds, you just do a, little beep. Wake up, let's go. And then they get mad and they start giving you the finger. And I'm like, I didn't give you a long horn, man. Like, I'm just saying, let's keep it moving. Those people annoy me, too. It's like, gosh, what's wrong with you?
They're too sensitive. Well, it's like, well, then don't look at your phone.
Totally,
you're gonna be all sensitive about it.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Major major issue with this. When you're at a stoplight that has a left turn lane, and there's all these scenarios where there's like the lights that you can have a green arrow, you can have a red arrow, or you can have like nothing. When you have nothing and you're in the left turn lane, the person in front of you stays behind the line, even though the lights are green. Because if you don't get into the...
I got to move for that one.
Oh!
That got me moving out of my seat because that shit pisses me off.
That's 5 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
Right.
Just because you don't know how to drive.
So why do they do that? Can someone explain to me, why are they staying behind that crosswalk? Like, do they think that, like, that's the rules of the road? Wait, is it the rules of the road?
No.
Are we breaking the rules? No, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, technically, 2 cars can fit, like, past that line.
Right.
To be like, hey, I am intending to turn. And then when it goes yellow, when the people the other way finally stop, you get to go.
Right. And then maybe a third person can just, like, zoom in, too. Like,
that's
good
true.
for them. Good for them. Yeah, but you're not going to be able to do it when you have the dum-dum that's sitting behind the fucking crosswalk.
Yeah.
Oof, that one gets me, girl. That one,
It's...
I had to take a deep breath for that one.
It's deep and real, y'all.
Yeah.
Also, why don't they teach some of this stuff in high school? Like how to drive not like an asshole, and how to take care of your car. Do you know that I actually, at one point, as an adult, after college, I lived in the city for like 10 years and didn't have a car. Like I lived, and so I didn't drive during that time, barely at all.
Okay.
And then I'm like in my 30s and I get a car and I'm like, I moved to the North Shore. Eventually, my battery died. I didn't know that you're supposed to proactively change your battery.
Well,
Nobody ever told me.
I mean, usually around 5 years, though, they last. So how old was the car?
I think 5 or 6 years.
Okay, so you
I
hit
just
your
never
point.
knew.
You just didn't. So you didn't take it in for like regular maintenance or service or.
I took it for an oil change and asked for an oil change, but I wasn't taking it to the dealership because they drive me nuts and take 2 hours.
Because then they're doing everything and checking everything, which means they would have told you needed a battery. So
exactly. Anyway, you got to change your battery. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And tires. When you're wondering why you're slipping all over the road and you have no grip. Tires need to be changed, people.
Which is exactly why Demetra and I lease cars.
I bought my last one, actually.
Oh, okay. It is a good one.
It is. I'm actually trying to keep that one. I think a sweet spot would be 7 years. I don't think I've ever kept anything for 7 years other than my dogs and my house. Definitely not men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Ex-husband, 9 years, 9.5 years. He made it the longest. Lucky guy.
Yeah. I thought I had a lot more to say. Do you have more annoyances you would like to grieve?
No, I think that was like pretty good for today. I mean, I'm sure I'll come up with something else this week because someone will annoy me on the road. I'd be like, oh my God, I forgot about that one too, But those are the mains.
Okay, well, this is a nice list of what not to do. Please pass it on.
Please.
And send us some messages. Tell us about your annoyances.
Yeah, we want to hear back. You people need to start getting more proactive here. Like, I'm looking at my messages. I want to have conversations with you people, and you guys are just, hitting the like button. Like, come on. Let's get some good conversation going. We want some banter. Come on. Give us
Send
some good
us questions.
shit. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough for today. I'm going to chill out and not have road rage best I can.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Okay.
See y'all next week.
See ya. Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe or follow. And please leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Lastly, follow us on social media for clips of past and future episodes. All our accounts are listed in the show notes below. Thanks so much for listening.